Don't what's up me, you sucker. Don't what's up me, you sucker. I should black your eye.
In his world, he's not just a rapper. He's a self-proclaimed real gangster. Unlike those wanksters he loves to roast in his rhymes, the guy doesn't just spit bars, he lives them. Bullet and stab wounds might be his accessory of choice, but he's also got a knack for courtroom drama. Lawsuits, beef, and drama. 50 Cent's life is like a soap opera, but with a killer soundtrack. Let's look at some of his most gangsta moments. Suge Knight standoff. In a video on Math Hoffa's channel, some of 50 Cent's associates talked about how the hip-hop scene evolved and became riskier, prompting the necessity for heightened security. They shared their experiences from the early 2000s, particularly an episode with Suge Knight during the filming of the In Da Club music video. They used to be cool and laid back, but things changed rapidly. They had to move like the military, using bulletproof vests and cars, highlighting the shift in their lifestyle due to the heightened risks associated with their involvement with 50.
I mean, but shit definitely changed, you know what I'm saying? Like how we was moving, you know what I'm saying? Like we was in some shit, like we had to move like the military, you know what I'm saying? Bulletproof vests, bulletproof cars, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we didn't really have to worry about that before him, you know what I'm saying? But so
The significant part involves an encounter with Suge Knight during the video shoot for In Da Club. Suge Knight arrived with a large group of Mexicans, creating a tense standoff. 50 Cent confronted Suge Knight. There's a moment of tension, and then, seemingly out of a movie, Suge Knight casually blows cigar smoke, signals with his hand, and leaves.
And I just remember Smurf and 50 was like, "What's up, man? What you want to do?"
Bang him.
Yeah, Bang him was like, "What you want to do?" And Suge looked at him, and he took a puff of his cigar, and he blew it out, and he did like this, and he left. Like a movie, I know, I guess it's some LA shit.
50 Cent confirmed it on MTV News.
I remember the time, actually, it's funny because he showed up to the club today. He came, it was like, Suge's outside, Suge's outside. Everybody like, he was running, dropping, like, man, everybody going, I'm in front of the camera like this.
Suge Knight was known for using intimidation in his business dealings. There are stories of him making a rival executive undress in a restroom and walking him naked through his company's offices. Even in less tense situations like talks with entertainment executives, a sense of threat surrounded him. In one incident, he had a bodyguard subtly show his gun during a negotiation. In the midst of a violent environment, Knight benefited from a position of power. He could make executives wait long periods without facing objections and avoid paying money owed to producers. The fear of violence made people hesitant to speak up or involve law enforcement in investigating questionable practices. Despite this, Knight managed to collaborate with major players in the entertainment industry. His company, Death Row Records, received financial support from Interscope and later formed a partnership with Universal, acquiring a 50% interest in the label. Suge Knight had a notable conflict with East Coast rapper Sean Combs, also known as Puff Daddy. The feud intensified when Knight publicly insulted Puff Daddy in August 1995, criticizing his interference in other artists' work. To resolve the dispute, Conrad Tillard, known as the hip-hop minister of the Nation of Islam, mediated between Puff Daddy and Knight. Tillard urged Knight to end the feud and organized skilled guards from his mosque to protect Puff Daddy due to serious death threats from individuals associated with Knight. Dr. Dre was uneasy with the violent reputation of the label and Knight's behavior, so he chose to leave and start his own label, Aftermath Entertainment. Here's the deal. When Suge showed up at the location where 50 Cent was filming his music video, 50 was signed to Eminem's Shady Records, which is an imprint of Dre's Aftermath record. Facing off with someone like Suge Knight was a big deal. Pimpin' Curly. In 2009, 50 Cent faced a costly fallout from an online stunt. He lost $5 million in a lawsuit filed by Lastonia Leviston, who became unwittingly involved in a 13-minute skit featuring 50 Cent's alter ego, Pimpin' Curly. The trouble started when 50 Cent allegedly obtained a private tape involving Leviston and her boyfriend. Complicating matters is that Leviston has a child with 50 Cent's rival, Rick Ross. 50 Cent made crude comments about the footage in a wig-wearing comedic act. He mocked Leviston, taunted Ross, and reportedly shared it with the public. While many thought it was petty, others felt it was just harsh. However, he carried out another act, which was pure savagery. Not only did 50 Cent release a sex tape of Rick Ross's baby mama, but he also took Rick Ross's other baby mama out shopping with him all over Fifth Ave. This was a bad move on 50's part, but it doesn't end there. Many considered these acts some of hip-hop's most disrespectful moments. Let's go back and recall how the feud between Rick Ross and 50 Cent began. In the early stages of their careers, Rick Ross and 50 Cent didn't interact much. It surprised Surprising because when Rick Ross started out, 50 Cent was confronting anyone associated with his rival. Initially, there was no problem between them. However, things took a turn when Rick Ross released his song Mafia Music. This event sparked one of the biggest conflicts in hip-hop. In the song, Rick Ross dissed 50 Cent, bringing up a personal incident about 50 Cent's baby mother supposedly setting his house on fire. This surprised a lot of people because it seemed to come out of nowhere. Now, let's explore the backstory of Mafia Music's B-side, where Rick Ross talks about why he got into a feud. Rick Ross says it boils down to a simple thing, a look. Yes, you heard it correctly. He didn't like the way 50 Cent looked at him. It might seem like a small reason, but in hip-hop, even a tiny bit of disrespect can spark a big conflict. Some might argue that Rick Ross's reasoning was just a ploy to generate buzz for his album at the time. After all, what better way to grab attention than by starting a feud with one of the biggest names in the industry? But regardless of the true motivation behind Rick Ross's actions, what he wasn't expecting was the ferocious reaction from 50 Cent. In reply to Rick Ross's criticism, 50 Cent hit back hard and didn't pull any punches. He presented what he considered strong evidence against Rick Ross, photos suggesting that Rick Ross worked as a correctional officer before becoming a rapper. This discovery seriously hurt Rick Ross's reputation as a street-focused rapper. It appeared that 50 Cent had uncovered damaging information to undermine Rick Ross's credibility. To make matters even more shocking, 50 Cent didn't stop at targeting Rick Ross himself. He also took aim at Rick Ross's children. It's hard to comprehend the audacity of someone who would involve innocent children in a beef, but that's exactly what 50 Cent did. He hung out with Rick Ross's kids, further adding insult to injury. One would think that such a vicious attack would be enough to end someone's career, but Rick Ross proved to be resilient. Despite the onslaught of personal attacks, he managed to weather the storm and continue his successful career in the music industry. One of the key factors that contributed to Rick Ross's ability to bounce back was his loyal fan base. Despite the controversy surrounding him, his fans stood by his side, showing strong support. In addition to his loyal fan base, Rick Ross's talent as a rapper also played a crucial role in his ability to overcome the challenges posed by the beat. His lyrical prowess and unique style resonated with listeners, allowing him to maintain a strong presence in the music industry. Rick Ross continued to release successful albums and collaborate with other artists, solidifying his position as a respected figure in hip-hop. Ja Rule. In October 2018, 50 shared on Instagram that he spent $3,000 to buy 200 concert tickets priced at $15 each on Groupon. This purchase resulted in 50 Cent buying out Ja Rule's concert in Arlington, Texas, scheduled for November 9th. The feud between 50 Cent and Ja Rule ignited in 1999, starting with a shocking incident that set the stage for years of animosity. It all began when Ja Rule, the rising star of Murder, Inc., was robbed at gunpoint in Queens, New York. While shooting a music video, Ja Rule fell victim to this brazen robbery orchestrated by one of 50 Cent's affiliates. This incident would lay the foundation for their bitter feud. 50 Cent, who was already making waves in the underground hip-hop scene, claims that Ja Rule later encountered both of them at a club and was frosty towards him following the robbery. However, Ja Rule denies ever seeing them together, although he does confirm the robbery. According to Ja Rule, their beef stems from 50 Cent feeling snubbed by Murder, Inc. during a shoot for his single Murder for Life. This perceived disrespect would fuel the flames of their rivalry. In 1999, as their feud simmered, 50 Cent released a diss track that would mark the beginning of their musical battle. Titled Life's on the Line, the track was a scathing attack on Ja Rule and Murder, Inc. This diss track was part of 50 Cent's debut studio album, Power of the Dollar, which unfortunately never saw the light of day due to label issues. Meanwhile, Ja Rule's career was skyrocketing with the release of his million-unit selling debut album, Veni Vidi Vici. The contrast between their fortunes only intensified the rivalry. The tension between the two artists escalated further in 2000 when they found themselves booked to perform at the same Atlanta nightclub. What started as a verbal confrontation quickly turned physical, as both rappers engaged in a brawl that would become a part of hip-hop lore. Later that same year, the feud took a violent turn when 50 Cent's G-Unit crew crossed paths with Murder, Inc. at Hit Factory Studios in New York City. Ja Rule allegedly received a tip-off about 50 Cent's presence and paid him a visit, resulting in a shocking act of violence. 50 Cent was stabbed by Murder, Inc. rapper Black Child, leaving him with physical scars. Amidst the chaos, 50 Cent's career continued to rise. In 2002, he released his breakthrough hit single Gangsta, a track that was said to have been inspired by Ja Rule. The song became an instant success, peaking at number 13 on the Billboard charts. Gangsta not only solidified 50 Cent's place in the industry, but also served as a direct shot at Ja Rule, further fueling their rivalry. As the diss tracks and physical altercations piled up, the feud between 50 Cent and Ja Rule became one of the most talked about in hip-hop. Tracks like 50 Cent's I Smell Back Down, and Hail Mary took aim at Ja Rule's credibility. While Ja Rule responded with tracks like Loose Change and Guess Who Shot Ya, the diss tracks became the battleground for their ongoing feud, with both artists using their music to take shots at each other. In 2007, during an interview with Angie Martinez on Hot 97, Ja Rule made a bold accusation against 50 Cent. He suggested that 50 Cent's musical style became influenced by his own after he signed with Shady Records. This accusation added fuel to the fire and further intensified their rivalry. In 2013, Ja Rule made a surprising admission during another interview with Angie Martinez. The topic of conversation turned to the feud between G-Unit and Murder Inc., and Ja Rule confessed that he felt he had ultimately lost the battle against 50 Cent. This acknowledgement of defeat marked a significant moment in their feud, as Ja Rule publicly admitted that 50 Cent had emerged victorious. That same year, an unexpected encounter between the two rivals caught the attention of fans and the media. Ja Rule and 50 Cent found themselves on the same flight, sharing the same row without any altercation. Ja Rule took to Twitter to share the unlikely coincidence, tweeting, "What are the chances of me and 50 same flight, same row, no problems. #grown man shit." From this incident, it seemed like there was a glimmer of hope for a potential resolution to their long-standing feud. However, any hopes of reconciliation were short-lived. In 2013, during his set at Hot 97 Summer Jam, 50 Cent took the opportunity to mock Ja Rule and Murder Inc. once again. He performed his diss track, I Smelly Pussy, reigniting the feud and reminding the world of their bitter rivalry. Ja Rule, in response, claimed that 50 Cent was obsessed with him. In 2014, Ja Rule made a shocking accusation against 50 Cent in his memoir, Unruly: The Highs and Lows of Becoming a Man. He claimed that it was 50 Cent who tipped off the police with information that led to a federal investigation into Murder Inc. This accusation added another layer of complexity to their feud, with Ja Rule accusing 50 Cent of betraying him and potentially jeopardizing his career. Throughout this period, the feud between 50 Cent and Ja Rule had a significant impact on their respective careers. While 50 Cent's star continued to rise with successful movies, TV shows, and business ventures, Ja Rule faced challenges and setbacks, ruining Young Buck's street cred. 50 Cent didn't only leak intimate videos without people knowing, he sought revenge on Young Buck, a former member of his G-Unit crew, for disloyalty. He uploaded a private phone conversation between them, damaging Young Buck's reputation in an instant. The issue started when Young Buck publicly disapproved of G-Unit. This angered 50 Cent, who had formed the group. In response, 50 Cent recorded a conversation where Young Buck became emotional about his financial struggles and expressed how much he missed being part of G-Unit, despite being removed from the group multiple times since 2005. Not surprisingly, 50 Cent publicly shared the phone call. Young Buck responded with a diss track. However, they unexpectedly reconciled when G-Unit got back together in 2014. Let's look at the origin of their feud. In the early 2000s, G-Unit, the hip-hop collective consisting of 50 Cent, Young Buck, and others, reigned supreme in the music industry. But behind the scenes, tensions were brewing, and the seeds of a bitter feud were being sown. At the center of it all was a lucrative business deal that would change the course of 50 Cent's career forever. He struck gold with a partnership with Vitamin Water, a deal that would make him a lot of money. However, what happened next would set the stage for the animosity between 50 Cent and Young Buck. According to Young Buck, 50 Cent made a decision that would have far-reaching consequences. He told the other members of G-Unit, including Young Buck, not to take a cut from the Vitamin Water deal. This move left Young Buck feeling betrayed and resentful, as he believed that they should have all shared in the success. He took the deal for him. Whatever percentage he got out of that deal turned into what he was able to walk away from. Young Buck revealed in an interview with The Source in 2020, this revelation shed light on the beginning of their bitter feud, as Young Buck felt that 50 Cent had put his own interests above those of the group. The financial disputes became a recurring theme, with 50 Cent repeatedly claiming that Young Buck owed him a significant amount of money. In late December 2020, 50 Cent made a bold statement, asserting that he and G-Unit owned Young Buck's entire music catalog. But it wasn't just the financial disputes that kept the feud alive. Personal attacks also played a significant role in the escalating tensions between the two artists. At the time of their beef, Young Buck was in a relationship with a woman who became the target of 50 Cent's comments. The personal nature of these attacks only intensified the animosity between the two, making their feud even more explosive. But the drama didn't stop there. In March of the following year, Young Buck made a shocking revelation that left fans scratching their heads. He took to his Instagram and declared that his beef with 50 Cent was staged. According to Young Buck, their feud was nothing more than a carefully orchestrated act. However, 50 Cent wasted no time in responding to Young Buck's claims. In a now-deleted post, he took to social media and called Young Buck an impulsive liar. This swift response from 50 Cent only added fuel to the fire, leaving fans even more confused about the true nature of their beef. Diddy. 50 is amusing and doesn't take things too seriously. He might say some controversial things, but he stands his ground. Let us look at some of the times he has put Diddy on blast. In October 2023, 50 Cent recently shared a picture on Instagram showing Tupac and Suge Knight on the night of Tupac's murder. In the post, he suggested a connection between Diddy and the incident, making a sarcastic comment about getting legal representation. He said, "Damn, so Pac got lined by Brother Love. LOL, time to lawyer up, it might get sticky." 50 Cent continued to taunt Diddy on social media, posting a video of Keefe D, who was arrested for allegedly murdering Tupac, asking Diddy for help. In the video, Keefe D can be heard saying, "Brother Love, show some love. It's all I can f***ing say. I was on top of the world till I met your mother***ing ass." Before sharing Keefe D's clip on Instagram, 50 also mocked Diddy's sexuality at his concert. He talked about avoiding parties hosted by Diddy, suggesting discomfort with how Diddy hugs people. The rapper acknowledged different preferences and expressed that such parties weren't his style. He said, "That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. Hug you from the front and back at the same time. Look, if you into that, you into that. I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this isn't my kind of fucking party." The crowd had varied reactions to 50's onstage comments. Years ago, even before 50 Cent criticized Diddy's parties, he had some negative things to say about Diddy. In an interview on Drink Champs, 50 Cent mentioned that Diddy once asked him to go shopping together, but 50 Cent felt there might be hidden motives behind the invitation. According to 50 Cent's recollection, Diddy said, "So yo, when we gonna get a chance to kick it? We could just hang out. Why don't we go shopping? I'll pay for it." In a 2014 interview on Power 105.1 radio, 50 Cent stated that Diddy might not be a good choice for artists, implying that their careers might not go well. He criticized Puffy's collaboration with certain artists and mentioned that standing next to something or someone strong is important in the music industry. He gave an example of Puffy standing next to Biggie Smalls in his career. He said Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere, nobody surviving. When he came out with the Angels record, I said, "No man, that's whack. You gotta stand next to something." And he knew exactly what I meant because he's been standing next to something his entire career. He stood next to Biggie. In 2006, 50 Cent released a diss track aimed at Diddy called "The Bomb." He used strong words questioning who was responsible for the shooting of Biggie Smalls. 50 Cent suggested that Diddy knew the person involved and criticized him, implying he was afraid of trouble from the West Side. He had lyrics like, "Who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get him. They gonna kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that nigga. Man, that soft, he scared them boys from the West Side will break him off. Dump on his ass so he run to Harlem, shake him off." In 2010, 50 Cent used Twitter to start a petition called Rip Big. He felt that Diddy was profiting from Biggie's name and wanted to put a stop to it. 50 Cent stated that Biggie's name shouldn't just be a way for Diddy to make money, and questioned when Diddy had genuinely praised his late brother instead of focusing on his own wealth. He said, "Enough is enough. Biggie's name should never have become Diddy's black card. When was the last time Diddy really was bigging up his brother, not bigging up his bank?" The petition gained a lot of traction and support. In 2021, 50 Cent was a featured performer at Rolling Loud, New York, taking the stage in his hometown of Queens, NYC. During his performance, he delivered all his popular songs to an enthusiastic crowd. In a funny moment, 50 Cent changed into a shiny gray jacket, but quickly realized it made him resemble Diddy from the 90s when he wore similar suits in music videos. To avoid the comparison, 50 Cent promptly took off the jacket and tossed it into the crowd. He said, "You know why I threw that jacket? It made me look like Puffy." Is he about that life? If there is one person whose street credibility should never be questioned, it is 50 Cent. In the neighborhoods of South Jamaica, Queens, 50 Cent was born into struggle and adversity. Growing up in a community plagued by violence and poverty, 50 Cent was no stranger to the harsh realities of life. But it was within these very streets that his journey to becoming a hip-hop hero would begin. As a young boy, 50 Cent faced numerous challenges. His mother, Sabrina, was just 15 years old when she gave birth to him, and his father was absent from his life. With limited resources and a turbulent home environment, 50 Cent turned to the streets for guidance and survival. It was in these streets that he learned the codes and violence that would later shape his music and persona. Engaging in drug dealing became a means of survival, a way to escape the cycle of poverty that surrounded him. Little did he know that these experiences would serve as the foundation for his future success. In the late 1990s, 50 Cent began to make a name for himself in the underground rap scene. His raw talent and gritty lyrics caught the attention of industry insiders, and he quickly gained a reputation as a force to be reckoned with. But it was his 1999 hit, How to Rob an Industry Nigga, that truly put him on the map. This controversial track, which detailed his plans to rob some of the industry's biggest names, caused a stir within the music community. While some were outraged by his audacity, others recognized his undeniable talent and unique perspective. The song showcased 50 Cent's ability to craft clever and provocative lyrics. Despite the attention garnered by the song, 50 Cent's rise to stardom was not without setback. In 2000, tragedy struck when he was shot 9 times in front of his grandfather's home. The incident left him with physical scars and a lisp, but it also served as a turning point in his life. Surviving the shooting gave 50 Cent a renewed sense of purpose and determination. He realized he had been given a second chance and was determined to make the most of it. He channeled his energy into his music with a newfound focus, using his experiences and hardships as inspiration. In 2002, 50 Cent caught Eminem's attention. Impressed by his talent and authenticity, Eminem signed 50 Cent to his record label, Shady Records. This partnership would prove to be a game changer for both artists. With the support of Eminem and his team, 50 Cent released his debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', in 2003. The album was an instant success, selling over 872,000 copies in its first week and eventually going on to sell over 12 million copies worldwide. It spawned hit singles such as In Day Club and 21 Questions. But despite his newfound fame and success, 50 Cent never forgot his roots. He remained connected to his community, often returning to South Jamaica to visit his grandparents and give back to the neighborhood that raised him. As his popularity soared, 50 Cent expanded his brand beyond music. He launched his own clothing line, G-Unit Clothing, which quickly gained a following among fans eager to emulate his style. He also ventured into sneakers, collaborating with Reebok to create the popular G-Unit sneaker line. However, with success came scrutiny. Some critics questioned the authenticity of 50 Cent's gangster persona, accusing him of exaggerating his past for the sake of his image. David Mays, co-founder and CEO of The Source magazine, went as far as calling him a fraud, claiming that he had orders of protection against people from Murder Inc. and that he stole his moniker from an 80s-era Brooklyn rapper. These allegations only fueled the controversy surrounding 50 Cent. People began to question whether he was truly the real deal or just a calculated marketing ploy. But amidst the skepticism, there were those who defended him. One of the most notable controversies in 50 Cent's career was his feuds with various rappers. In addition to his feuds, 50 Cent faced legal battles throughout his career. He was sued multiple times for copyright infringement and defamation, with some cases resulting in substantial financial settlements. Despite the controversies, 50 Cent kept putting out successful albums and working with big names in the music industry. His second album, The Massacre, came out on top of the Billboard 200 chart and produced hit singles like Candy Shop and Just a Little Bit. This album's success confirmed 50 Cent's status as a major player in the music business. As he moved forward in his career, 50 Cent also tried his hand at acting. He starred in the movie Get Rich or Die Tryin', which was partly based on his life and had roles in other films like Home of the Brave and Southpaw. While opinions on his acting varied, it showed that he was more than just an artiste and could succeed in different areas. If you enjoyed this video, click on the card showing on your screen right now for more videos.